Good day, everyone. This is your friend, Dr. Arlie Macasiano Imperio. And our special topic today is on the value and the need for dietary supplementation. So, we have discussed briefly in the past the vital importance of having a well balanced meal, a balanced diet. And we mentioned we should take food that will provide carbohydrates, uh, fats and oils, and protein. So these are the three major molecules. So let's say you eat rice or corn, that's the carbohydrates. And then you take, let's say, nuts and grain, that's the oil and the lipids. And then you take, let's say, fish or soybeans, this would be your protein. And then we need vitamins and minerals, and we usually get our vitamins and minerals from fruits and vegetables. And at the same time, we need fiber. Fiber is the bulk formation in the food that we take. And the fiber is easily derived from fruits and vegetables. And then finally, we need water. So fruits and vegetables have, let's say, the liquid component, like fruit juices, for example, vegetable juice. And we take a sufficient amount of water every day. So, in a balanced diet, you have to be sure that you have these elements: carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and water. If you lack any of these elements we just mentioned, then you don't have a well balanced meal. So just be sure that you have all the components in place. Now, the idea of food supplementation is to add, to compensate, because at times we don't eat adequately and therefore we need to supplement, right? And it has been observed that even though we eat, let's say, that includes all of these components that I mentioned, just to repeat: carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and water. Even though we have them daily, let's say divided in three proportions, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or even our, let's say, between meals. Let's say all are complete. However, it has been it has been observed that the next issue would be the quality of this food. So if the quality of the fruits, the vegetables derived from Mother Earth or nature has been deprived of proper minerals because of soil erosion, at the same time because of pollution. So even though you have the complete components, the quality of the nutrients may be at risk. And therefore, there is the need of dietary supplementation. So remember, supplement means an addition to complement, to ensure that we have all the nutrients needed. So I already gave you a brief summary to answer the question, do we need food supplements? The next important point that I would like to emphasize today, there are many food supplements, and generally the food supplements are for vitamins and minerals, right? And then there is for, let's say, antioxidation, because it has been observed or discovered that oxidative stress or oxidation leading to free radical formation can, let's say, destroy the cell, the outer portion of the cell, even the inner portion, even the organelles inside the cell, even the nucleus. The moment the radicals are able to enter the cell, it can lead to injury. That's why there is now the a focus on anti-oxidation. Oxidation is like when a piece of iron is exposed to air, oxygen, there will be oxidation. So the rusting of the iron is an oxidative process. So we would like that the iron is, let's say, rustless, That's why we have like stainless steel, or we apply, let's say, certain paints that will prevent oxidation. That means it will prevent the exposure of the iron to oxygen that may lead to ferrous, let's say, ferrous oxide. That is the combination of ferrous iron and the oxygen. The same thing with the body. When the body's byproduct, like oxygen, for example, we call this free radicals. They would like to, let's say, get their, let's say, lack of electrons from other parts of the cell, but in the process, they injure the cell. So there was now research on anti-oxidation. And generally, when we take fruits and vegetables, these are powerful antioxidants. So in food supplementation, we now have vitamins, minerals, and then you have antioxidants. And then later on, research was done on phytochemicals, meaning the elements found in plants that may act beyond basic nutrition. We refer to that as phytonutrition. Phyto means plant, nutrition means it's nutritional. And then that led to the research on botanicals. So that's where now herbal food supplements came to the picture. For example, in the Philippines, when we studied, let's say, ampalaya, it has components that can help normalize blood sugar level. So that is an example of a botanical, aside from the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that we get from ampalaya. So generally, God was so, let's say, in his wisdom when he recommended what food man should take. He said, I give unto you every uh, fruits and vegetables, every grain, every seed. These are your food. So basically, it's vegetarian in character. And then later on, we added, let's say, flesh food. And generally, flesh food provides the proteins that we need. So if you would like to add flesh food in your diet, I would suggest you take it just enough. Okay, I can now see some personalities in our chat box. Welcome, Norris, your DNA. That's Juancho Balconcha. Welcome, Maria Pinay, Germany. Thank you so much for being here whenever I am online. Rhea Faye Ferolino, thank you po. Thank you for joining us today. Maria, I like your pictures. If you can send them by email, I would be happy. They're so nice. And I'm sure you're proud of them because they're so beautiful and so inspiring to look at. So after this, if I have the opportunity, I will join you in your live presentation. So thank you so much for joining us today. So simply, my dear friends, and I will put it in the chat box. My website, https colon slash slash DNA health, because that's the message, rxprescription.com. So I just put it in the chat box. Click that and subscribe. Just simply subscribe. So when you subscribe, you just submit your email and you can ask questions and I will answer them within 24 hours. Or I will send you my latest videos, which I'll be doing every now and then. You will be updated. So let's say just subscribe to my, let's say, website. This is my way of helping more and more people. So yes, Rhea, you're working so well. You're now working as a car washing. So keep up the good work. So be sure you're healthy, right? That's why I'm focused usually on health, because health may not be everything. But the moment we lose our health, we might lose everything. Because health is so important. From the day we were born up to the last moments of our life, health is so important. So be sure we always remember. And to promote better health, our topic today is focused on, let's say, food supplementation. If one would be taking a food supplement, what should it be? That's why I reviewed what is a balanced diet. And then what's the concept of food supplementation? And then I would like to focus, and this is not the topic for today, what food supplement should be primary? If I will put the question again, there are many food supplements, and practically we might need most of them, if not all. But the question is, if there is only one food supplement that one should start with, what would that be? So that will be the focus of my discussion. So I just mentioned food supplements may be vitamins, minerals, it could be antioxidants, and it could be botanicals, like with biological components that led to the formation of herbal medicine. So if one has a medical condition, you should always consult your doctor because you have a medical condition. And then I'm a medical doctor, so I know what it is if you have some medical condition. We would like to evaluate what is your problem. So we take your history, we do a physical exam, and then we suggest some laboratory workout. In the laboratory, we are able to see what is inside the body through X-ray, through ECG, through blood chemistries. You get it? We would like to see what is inside the body. And then from there, we would be able to make a diagnosis, meaning we are able to identify the problem. And therefore, the doctor would now know what to do. And basically, we would recommend therapeutics, that means medicines or drugs that can, let's say, address the problem. For example, you have urinary tract infection, and the urinary tract infection. Just a moment, I have a call. I'll just answer for a little bit. Hello? Naka-live ako ngayon sa YouTube, pero sinagot ko yung phone mo. Nakikita nila. Sige. So, punta ka lang sa Arlie Imperio's YouTube channel. I am now on live. Good, good. Sige, areglado. Areglado. Okay, and then usap ulit tayo mamaya. Okay, so my dear friends, that's a call from one of our consultants, and he would join us in our YouTube presentation. So there's a question from Nourish Your DNA. Doc, what's the difference between herbal and other supplements? Is there any side effects if one take herbals? Okay, that's a good question. We will be covering that. So I already food supplement. But if it has phytochemicals or biologic agents coming from medicinal plants, and I made an example of ampalaya, then that is an herbal food supplement, right? We also need them. Now, are there any side effects if one takes herbal? Now, when you focus on herbal medicine, it goes between the borderline of a drug and a food. We call that phytonutrient or let's say, ceutical. In contrast to pharmaceutical, you have phytoceutical. That's why it's now working as effective or like following the action of a drug. That's why it's possible there can be drug interaction. That's why generally in the practice of medicine, a doctor would usually advise, do not take herbal food supplements. Why? Because he did not include it in his program and he is not aware what you're taking. There might be some drug interaction and he may not be effective in giving you the right treatment. So it is our duty to inform the doctor, and then it is also the duty of the doctor to check the components of these herbal preparations because it's herbal. And he has just to double check that it does not interact with the medication. For example, medication is needed for, let's say, thinning of the blood to prevent blood clotting, right? But there are drugs that specifically already makes the blood more, let's say, thin to prevent, let's say, obstruction, to prevent stroke, for example. And uh, and the doctor is not aware that you're taking these herbal, let's say, items, then it will interact with his medication. So he would rather say that uh, do not take them because I'm already giving you one. Okay? So I have some visitors. Welcome. Take your seat. I'm just live in Facebook, in YouTube after this. We'll talk, right? Are you the guest of Wancho? Good. Wancho, your friends are now here with us. There are three of them, and so they're listening and looking at me as I do the live presentation. So I hope that answers your question. Nourish your DNA. So going back to the topic, what should be the primary supplement? The primary supplement should be a supplement that will support the structure and function of the DNA and RNA. That is the new focus. And probably I am one of the few pioneers focusing on this idea because I know my biochemistry, that the molecular foundation of the body is the DNA. And the DNA contains the code of our life to create the items that the body needs, like proteins, for example. And then the DNA, which is inside the nucleus, will create the RNA. And then the RNA will go out of the nucleus of the cell and then start creating the protein with the presence of amino acids. So there is now DNA and RNA. And that is the starting point of everything. And the structure of the DNA and the RNA are made up of bases, which we call nucleotide DNA, nucleotide RNA. Or therefore, the nitrogen bases, which we generally identify as nucleotides, are needed. Therefore, on this simple explanation, it would be prudent and wise that we have uh, supplementation that contains the nitrogen bases, which are cytosine paired with guanine, thymine paired with adenine for the DNA, and then you have the uracil paired with adenine for the RNA, and therefore you have five nucleotides all in all, right? And very rare can you find a food supplement that has these components. But we have one, and I'm taking one. If you email me, I will give you more information. And then, when the RNA is created, copying the code from the DNA, it needs the amino acids. And the amino acids are 20 in number. You have to have the 20 amino acids because if there is lack of amino acid, it cannot translate or create the protein. It's like the keyboard. So I'm now looking at my keyboard in my laptop. You will notice the letters are there, right? Letter A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, and so forth. If I will create certain words, I need the letters, right? But if the keyboard is not working, certain words or letters are not working. Therefore, I am not able to create the word. The same thing with the code coming from the DNA, which is now the RNA, and the RNA will create the protein. It needs the 20 amino acids. So look for a food supplement that has the 20 amino acids so that it can perform the or support the work of the DNA and the RNA. And then you need the backup, the oligopeptides. Peptides are actually proteins. But when you say oligopeptides, these are the smaller version of the protein. And since it's smaller, it's more useful. It can easily penetrate the cell and therefore do its work. So, if you like to have more information how to find this type of formula, just email me and I will send you my videos and give you more details. But the main idea, if you will ask my opinion, what is the first food supplement that one should take? It should include nucleotides, amino acids, and oligopeptides. In fact, I would even go further by including certain elements like 1316 from, let's say, glucan, and then even include 72 trace minerals from fulvic acid or fulvic liquid. So to me, this is the basic component, the basic food supplementation that we should have. Then we can add all the others if you feel you need them, like the antioxidants, the vitamins and minerals, right? L-arginine, for example, to produce nitric oxide, and the other, let's say, herbal preparations, even stem cell support supplementation. You can add that. But my main focus, my main message is to realize that we should first focus on the foundation. I may call this the foundation supplementation. It is dietary nucleotides combined with amino acids, oligopeptides. Then if you may add 1316 glucan and 72 trace minerals coming from fulvic acid, then you now have a complete array that will support the balanced diet that we took. If you have any question, just feel free to email me. So thank you so much for joining us today. We'll have another topic tomorrow. So usually I talk to about 20 to 30 minutes. Anyway, if you miss this occasion, it's recorded in YouTube, and just simply watch the replay. And then if you have any question, you click subscribe from my website, dnahealthrx.com, and just submit your email. And anytime this afternoon, probably by 5 o'clock, I would go live through Facebook. So you go to my Facebook account. My username is Prosperity888. So I'll just type it in the chat box. So take note of this, Prosperity888. That's my username in Facebook. And you can watch my videos and live presentation in that area. So I'm now focusing on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So thank you so much, Rhea May Ferolino. Thank you so much, Nourish Your DNA, Wancho Balconcha. Thank you so much, Maria, Pinay, Germany. I look forward for your pictures, and best regard to your hubby, to your sister, and to our Filipino community in Germany. So God bless until our next, let's say, live YouTube presentation. This is your friend, Dr. Arlie Macasiano Imperio. Always point to God because He is the source of our life. He created us for His glory, so it is our duty to give glory to Him. And He is the one that gave us life. And always focus on prevention, and remember that prevention is always better than getting the best cure. So feel free to recommend our site and videos to others. Welcome, Glenn Abril. I think you have your live show today. I just saw it in a little while. Welcome for joining us. God bless until the next live YouTube lecture.